Welcome to the round 20 review for Supercoach 2023. It's George from Fantasy Take TV. This week, another rough one I think for us. 2,537 fell in the ranks again, so 1,000 spots in 2 weeks, so no top 1k for us this year. I'm not sure how we'll go. We also used our last trade, so I think hopefully don't fall too badly and we'll get Tom Green back hopefully this week. The injury report said 1 week away, so fingers crossed, all good. So that would be a nice boost for us because we've been fielding 50s as rookies. But yeah, our last few trades have been quite poor, and we might have made, certainly this week we made a very poor one. We did MJ to George Hewitt as our 23rd, and Hewitt had his worst score for the year. Just watching him, he didn't look very good to me. I think reading Carlton supporters, I think they really liked his game, did more of a negating job on Dacos, but I don't think he's moving as well as last year. And the way Carlton are playing, from what I see, is they're not flicking it around as much in the midfield. They're more get it direct, more long kicks. Like we've seen probably Walsh kicking it longer a bit more the past few weeks. Even like Fogarty and Dow, when they went in there, I thought they looked a bit more agile than George Hewitt, but yeah, more of a defensive job. So he was 88 average when in the midfield, so I was hoping to get an 88 average, but I don't know if we'll get that. But the idea is we'll loop Hewitt and Keys together. Keys has lost the CBA role, which I kind of not surprised at all, but I didn't really see Matt Crouch coming in, so I had my doubts on Matt Crouch, but he played very well, so I think he'll stay in the team, and at the right price could be an option next year. But yeah, interesting one, but one to keep an eye on regardless. So what is Matt Crouch priced at? Just out of curiosity. I think he's actually had groin issues for a long time, and this year was his first full preseason, so I think that's part of the issue why he's been poor the past few years. Oh, what am I looking at? 88 average. It's a bit higher than I thought. We'll worry about that next year. But yeah, the team is quite problematic. We accidentally forgot to loop Hewitt. Just didn't check the team. That's whatever. Had our best possible on-field scores. Not like that. So we'll line up like this week. Before we get to how the team went briefly, but make this one short. So Keys and Hewitt I'll probably loop together. I think Hobbs has been a really poor trade in three round of 70. So we basically traded in a rookie for 480k, and Darcy Cameron's gone 130. So a bit annoying, but should have held. That's all right. Hobbs' time on ground is quite poor. I didn't realize that. So I think when the CBAs and the time on ground goes up for Hobbs, he'll be quite a good pick, I think. Definitely future premium, I reckon. But, you know, if Parrish leaves next year, I want to look at. But in terms of this year, I mean, he's got West Coast and North the next two, so hopefully we get something decent from him. We did Captain Merritt, so I kind of just did my own thing with captains. I didn't really reveal my trades with captains on Twitter. I usually do that every week, but I don't know if I want to keep sharing my trades and stuff. I feel like I have to share them, but maybe I just keep, not to hide, just I'd rather not share them to not open yourself up to criticism. But nothing wrong with a bit of criticism, but I don't know, I just feel like I'd rather just keep it to myself. And yeah, we'll see how we go next year. But regardless, captained Stewart to Merritt, just like whatever. Passing on English was kind of stupid, but I think this week it'll be English into Merritt, so I think pretty hard to not get a really good score. We saw Sam Walsh basically was going to score 200 on West Coast at I can't remember if it was Marvel or MCG, but at home for them. So I think this week, like, I might even skip English, as stupid as it sounds, and might just VC Merritt. I haven't made my mind up yet if I was to do that, only because I think Merritt's ceiling might be enormous against West Coast. So I think who would be the captain? I'm not too sure. I guess it's Dacos might get Finn McGuinness, so probably avoid that. I'll probably just do English into Merritt and just take whatever. at least one of them should go 120, so at least should get a decent captain score there. I don't really know who else to captain. If I pass on a Dogs player, I guess it's probably Dunkley. Where's he playing? Optus. I guess it's Dunkley. We'll leave it at that for now. So a combination of Dunkley, English, or Merritt. So that's captains. But in terms of the team, I think our first 4 defenders are really good. Will Day's actually come good. I'm slightly surprised. 3 round 110 basically. Just wasn't sure. I thought I was gonna get like a flat 90 the way he was going, but no, he's been really, really good, and his role's been a little bit of inside mid, but also floating behind the ball, a few rebounds, few intercepts. So pretty easy role, especially against the Saints. Sicily didn't go too nuts, which was nice. I was bracing for a anti-potting at 150 basically. Himmelberg is significantly worse than I anticipated. So with our trade-ins, like Hobbs, I can probably blame myself for. Keys, I can blame myself for. Himmelberg surprised me with how terrible he's been. It's like that Gordon Ramsay meme. You do seriously surprise me. He's like, oh, thank you, chef. And he's like, you surprise me with how shit you are. And that's Himmelberg. Again, 10 seconds to go. Game is so tight, and the game's over, but still, it's clutch time. Simple kick down the line, goes out of bounds, basically gets done for out on the forward deliberate, lost 7 points on the siren, basically. So, just a lot of clumsy errors from Himmelberg, and for someone who wants a big contract, I just can't believe he just won't concentrate. So, they just keeping him down back, which is good, but he's better than this, which is the annoying thing. So the role was beautiful, but looks like Whitford's been playing really well the past few weeks. Ash has been alright back there, so a bit more point sharing, but still, I think if he just cleaned up his just everything, he'd be doing a bit better. And then the other 2 problems are Keys and Hobbs. So for a while, Steele and Day were problems, but Steele has come good, which has been good. So his 5 round is 120. So fortunately, I was listening to SEN one morning, and they said Simon Lethlean was just saying, Steele's not far off being injury free or something like that, not far off his best. So of those comments are held, and it's worked out, which has been good. And then Day as well was testing, but I think the going down back is quite helping him a little bit, and being a young player can be a bit inconsistent. So Day's been fine, so that's all good. Would need like a Sicily and probably like a Houston or Ryan here instead. And Keys' role was terrible, but midfield was pretty good for the most part. Neil was tagged, but that's fine. Rux is unbelievable. So fortunately, some people might have never, oh my god, English is 725k, but there might be some people out there that could never get English just because they had, a Darcy, and they just opted to keep Briggs. So English has just gone nuts. 5 round of 145, whereas this post by last year did struggle a lot. And then looking at the midfield, the forward line, Taranto's dropped off a bit, but regardless, I think everyone has him. So this forward line, it was good to get a return from Butters, because he's been very poor since we got him. 5 round of, I've had him for 4 weeks, I think, or 5. No, 102, that's what he's given us. So we wanted a bit more than that, but it's not terrible. And Hobbs, he's good. He's just not there yet. It's just too soon, and the time on ground's not high enough, and that's pretty much it. So that's the final team, 0 trades. So no ruck cover, so we could lose pretty badly there. If we just had a decent D6 and a proper M8 and a proper F6, so I think we're probably going to lose like Himmelberg to somebody good, could be 30-40 points a week. Keys to like a Libba, easily 50 points a week, maybe more. Then Hobbs to like Cogs or whoever's here, can't think of right now. So even DC, like 30 points a week, 30, 50, could easily be, that's what, 110, 120 points a week we lose on everyone. Over 4 weeks, 400 to 500 points. So pretty bad, but fingers crossed the team does okay for the rest of the year and just stays fit, I guess. So I think that's it from me. I don't really have much else to say. Hopefully Hewitt gets us something. A bit of a waste of a trade, but Might have been better off going keys to someone good for 500k, like Flanders or something, but who knows. So, yeah, I don't really have much else to say. I guess talk about footy for a sec. It's interesting to see how the ladder is playing out. I'll probably bring it up. Yeah, no more Supercoach at the moment, but just looking at this ladder, it's interesting how teams develop over the course of a season. Whereas, Carlton were looking bottom four probably 6 to 8 weeks ago, and now they're looking like if there was no, if you were doing a post by ladder, I think they're probably first. So even the Giants as well, they've been unbelievable, gone on a great run. Didn't look like playing finals this year, and playing really good, daring footy, taking the game on. Just moving the ball really well, just watching him play. And you look at the top four, Collingwood looked vulnerable, Port looked very vulnerable, Brisbane lost to Gold Coast easily, and then Melbourne are trying a lot of things, which I like. So I wasn't convinced on Melbourne, but I think, Petty up forward's been alright. Gorn back solo rocking, Petrarca figuring out his mid-forward split, a few other young guys in the middle. Melbourne are playing pretty good, so... And then you got this last place. Looks like West Coast should get Harley Reid, but comp's kind of skewed because of these two teams. So you got Hawthorn there, clear third and whatnot. So it's interesting, even like Bombers. I thought Bombers were pretty good, locked for top 8. And Crows I thought should make the 8. It's going to be pretty hard from here. So, and even Geelong might not make it. So it's been a pretty amazing season, and I'm just enjoying footy for what it is and the evenness of most of the competition anyway. So that's it from me. Good luck this week. Probably the podcast, and that'll be it. Winding down for the rest of the year, and that'll be it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.